Ladies and gentlemen, Magic players alike, we finally get to Mind Maze, my little baby of this game. This is my favorite deck in the game. I love kicking people's ass with this deck. It just doesn't get old, no matter the fact that it's way too easy to play and really freaking cheap comparatively. I love this deck, so we are going to kick some major ass with it. And let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. First, let's bump this up to 23 just because. And now let's get started. Phantasm. He doesn't really fit the deck. Your opponent's never really going to have 10 or more cards, but he's 1 for a 1/1 flying, and because of that, he fit my desires. So I throw him in there, but keep in mind, he's probably card number 60, so if you want to take him out, maybe 59. He's card number 59 or 60, so just bear that in mind. Phantasmal Bear, the heart and soul, they are very, very good. Lol, 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 terrible joke, don't care. Veiled Sentry, you play him as well, because it's a 1-drop that it's good early, it's good late, it potentially forces them to play stuff at times they don't want to play if they're worried about this thing, like, oh geez, I could cast Siobhan Dragon, but then they get a 6/6. I guess I'll shock them in the face first, and then I'll cast something else that's weaker because I don't have enough mana now, you know, whatever, it's like, that's fine too. So, unsummons, we'll put in 2 for the moment, we'll come back to them. Phantasmal Image, this deck doesn't really need much explaining, so this hopefully will be really quick. Phantasmal Image is godly, you play all of them. Lord of the Unreal is godly, you play all of them, and this stuff right here is just complete cheap as hell balls in the face. Aether Figment, he's unblockable, he's an illusion, play them. This guy, he's not an illusion, so he doesn't have the whole, like, hey, target me and I'm dead type of thing. But he can potentially become 3 power unblockable, and he's 2 to cast. I currently have him in on my deck build, but he's definitely card 60. I would say he's card 60 and this thing is card 59, and I mean that when I say that. So I currently have him. You can probably take him out. Kravakian Mist, I can't believe they didn't give us more of this. I guess they didn't want us to repeat 2012, because this card is dumb, so play it. Gossamer Phantasm, he's not very good, but he's 2 for a 2-power flying creature who's also an illusion, so play them. Twin Cast, let's see, you can copy a Murder, you can copy a Pacifism, because anything that's played is a spell. Well, no, instant or sorcery. I guess I was thinking spell, anything on the stack is a spell, but regardless, yeah, you can copy Murders, you can copy Shocks, you can copy Flames of the Firebrand, you can copy, I don't know, Time Warp, you can copy Counterspells, you can copy Unsummons, you can whatever the hell you freaking feel like, and throw it right back in their face, and then throw it on the ground in their face. You run it, it's good. Oven Eyes, stuff like this is just hilarious. I'm not sure if these are technically considered good cards, Oven Eyes and Turn to Frog, but I read them and I just laugh, and I think I can't wait to do that to somebody. Mr. It That Betrays attacks in, I will happily cast this on the stack, and then suddenly your It That Betrays is just like, oh, now I'm sad. And then you kill him. I love it. I don't know if it's necessarily good, but I have way too much fun playing it, so I play them both. Counterspell. It's probably the third maybe? Third or fourth? Third. I think it's the 3rd best Counterspell ever printed, next to Mana Drain and Force of Will. I could be wrong, but those are the 2 I've always thought of first, and then Counterspell is just kind of the nerfed version of that. Which apparently was too good, because Cancel is now the standard. Anyway, you run it. This guy, let's see. Unblockable, Illusion. Okay, we include them. This chick, she's really good, she doesn't instantly die, and because everything in this deck is going to cast 3 or less, it's not really that hard to get her in there. In fact, she probably should go in instead of this guy, because they have essentially the same ability. He requires 2 spells to be cast to be good. She requires 2 spells to be cast in order to be played. So if you just want to pop like an Unsummon or a Phantasmal Bear or something later. Honestly, I haven't used her yet, but now that I read her, I was aware of her, but I probably should run her instead of him. Alright, goodbye, Mr. Incursion Specialist. Get out. Phantasm. They don't die, at least, when you target them. They're still an illusion. These guys were mandatory in 2012, but I don't have them in my build here. So I guess you could replace this guy with this chick if you wanted. She's hotter and she has a sword, and I kind of have a little thing for chicks with wings. I just do. Sorry, I do. long hair, wings, and a good voice, and I'm gonna be swooning all over the floor like I've seen Terra just cast fire on the Magic Tech armor. Boom! Video games. Illusionary Servant. These guys are just straight up better. Like, why spend 3 for a 2/3 when I can spend 3 for a 3/4 flying? Okay, include them all. Staff, LOL. These are actually not bad at all. If you ever played Paper Magic during the phase of Tempered Steel, this is pretty much your Glinthawk Idol, except better. So it becomes crazy good, especially considering how many creatures... Like, we're not even done yet. We already have 25 creatures in here. So it was in my original build, and then by the time I got the unlocks, like, I never even cast it before taking it out. So I do consider it very good. If you want to run a slower, more control-y build because you're blue and aggro is like not what you're supposed to be doing, it gets even better. In Two-Headed Giant, this becomes better. So don't overlook this, but it doesn't fit my deck anymore. Claustrophobia, under the same thing. Don't overlook it because it has potential in a creature versus creature matchup. I would just rather play a creature, you know? I just would. So, sorry, Claustrophobia. Let's see. Counterspell, draw a card. I don't care if they draw, so I'm playing it. Counterspell, playing it. Counter target spell, playing it. Tap their stuff, smash them in the face, playing it. Tap their stuff, win game, whatever, playing it. And now we're actually at 61, and we're only at 3 drops, guys. Like, how did this... What's going on? What's going on? We're only at the 3 drops, and I've added in 61 cards worth of must-run stuff. I guess potentially take her out, potentially take that thing out, although they kind of go together. But, you know, whatever. This is where you take out some lands. 21 land, boom. Now we can suddenly add 1 more card. If everything's going to be 3 or less, you can go even down to 20. I just stick at 21 just because I do. You could draw cards, but in this deck, you're too busy playing stuff. You don't have time to draw cards. As weird as that sounds, at least I don't, because I'm just play card, play card, play card, play card, play card, play card, win game, game over, thanks for playing, and then they quit. So whatever, I don't have time for it. Wistful Thinking. It's interesting, because they draw 2, then discard 4, but this would be better in the Dimir deck. If this was in the Dimir deck, I would say run it, but it's not, so don't. These guys are interesting. When I have fought them in the past, I definitely took time out of my turns to get rid of them before they doubled, but he's 4, and no. Dragon, I would rather run Dragon just because he's badass, because he's a dragon. And I guess I do have 1 slot for him, don't I? So, come on, buddy. Thank you. He's the only 4-drop I have, so I feel like I should take him out, but he's also a dragon. So, anyway, at this point, now we're just looking at 4-drops and more. These guys are just fatter. Disorient, let's not look at that. Leyline, I don't really want to look at that. Draining Well, they counter a spell, so that's cool, but it's 6. So it doesn't fit. Royal Elemental, you are awesome, but you're 6. Sorry. Jace's mine 6. Omniscient 10. 10! 10. 10. If you somehow have 10 mana, you get to play stuff for free. As if you couldn't cast it normally at that point anyway. Sorry. Whatever. So there's my deck. You can take out the dragon if you want for something else lower cost, like a Phantasm because it's a cheaper illusion, or oh, I forgot Unsummons! Sorry. Goodbye, dragon. Now what the hell's gonna go? What am I missing for this one Unsummon here? Oh, that angel! That angel, you are my extra Unsummon, babe. Or is it Twin Cast? Crap. Which one of these did I just add? Somebody go to the start of the video and look. I don't remember which one of those I just added. Alright, goodbye, Phantasm. There we go. Problem solved. No big deal. So here it is. Use this... In all the other videos, I'm always just like, you know, you don't have to copy this. This is a guideline, blah, blah, blah. Here's what I kind of use, but you have these other options. In this particular case, if you use this deck and you play 100 matches with it, chances are you should probably win at least 65 of them unless you're doing something wrong. And that's probably being generous. I don't know. Maybe I just do well with it. I don't know, but it's going to be tough to beat this because it's just stupidly fast. and there's not really anything people can do about it. So, and if they want to, you can just say, lol, nope, thanks for playing, good game, lol, what, GG, BBQ, Rafflepone. Take it easy, guys. This time you will kick some ass with this deck. Hopefully you enjoyed. Catch you later. Peace. Dang it, dang it, dang it, I'm retarded. I forget this like half the time just because they're not there. I'm very absent-minded here. Promo unlocks. They give us a big fat Sphinx at 6, ignore it. They give us another Counterspell, so that'll be must run. They give us some other Phantasm at 5, don't care. Mind Control at 5, maybe, probably not. They give us a Force of Will, which will be absolutely must run. If you don't like it and your name is Crunk, I'm going to smack you the next time I go to Canada. And the Leafs suck, so go Wings. Sorry, but please run Force of Will when you get it. Temporal Mastery, you probably would run that too, so we're looking at what? Counterspell, Force of Will, Temporal Mastery. That's 3 must-run cards. They give us another Chronozoa, big deal. Cryptic Command. What's this thing do? Counterspell, or return a permanent to owner's hand, or tap all. That's actually kind of good. That's actually kind of good, but it costs 4. So it... You know what? Cryptic Command could actually go in instead of a Frost Breath. The thing with Frost Breath, though, isn't just that it taps dudes and, you know, it's good defensively because then they stay tapped for 2 turns. It's good offensively because then they'll stay tapped and you get to smash them twice. But in a mirror match, you can kill 2 creatures with it, so that's really good. So if you can kill 2 creatures in a mirror match and then hit them much easier, you're going to win. But honestly, now that I look at Cryptic Command, you can potentially replace one of these for it, despite the fact that it costs 4. Anyway, you're also going to get a Snapcaster Mage, who he is definitely going to be a must-run card. He's not an illusion, but that's irrelevant. So you're just going to run Snapcaster because that's what you do with Snapcaster Mage. You win games. He's one of the best 2-drop creatures ever made, so you play him. I guess looking at things, what could we cut out? I suppose once those come in, let's see what, Spell, Force, Temporal Mastery, Snapcaster, 4 cards. I guess we could potentially take out a Sentry. We could take out an Unsummon, I suppose. So what, 1 Unsummon. I guess we could take out an Aether Figment. We could maybe take out the Twin Cast. We could probably take out the Angel once the promos come. I just like it because it's an Angel. So, you know, there's a couple of cards still. There's still a few options. Hell, maybe even take out a land if we're talking everything's 3 or less. All you need is 2, and you're going to get that in your opening hand. Mulligan aggressively. If you don't have 2 land and at least 2 creatures to cast at 1 and 2 mana, then you need to get the red... I mean, I don't see how that's possible to not have at least 2 things to do and 2 land. So, I mean, you could definitely mulligan down to 4 and still have a very playable hand. So, mulligan aggressively. And there's the promo cards. Now we are finally done and going to go kick some ass. Peace.